By 329 BC, Alexander the Great was unstoppable. He'd crushed the Persian Empire, seized legendary cities, and led his armies from Greece to Afghanistan. His soldiers, Macedonians and Greeks, were unmatched. Their phalanx and cavalry feared across continents. But now Alexander faced a new frontier, Central Asia. Beyond the Persian world lay the Jaxartes River, gateway to the vast Eurasian steppe. Here civilization ended and the wild began. A land ruled not by kings, but by nomads. Determined to secure his empire's edge, Alexander founded Alexandria Escate, the furthest. Yet, across the river the Scythians watched. They were horse lords unimpressed by cities or empires, seeing Alexander as just another invader. The steppe was their home, boundless, untamed, and unconquered. For Alexander, this was the ultimate test, a clash not just of armies, but of worlds. The Macedonian king stood at the edge, ready to challenge the unknown. The stage was set for a confrontation that would pit legend against legend. The steppe was unlike anything Alexander's men had seen. No cities, no farms, just an endless ocean of grass, harsh seasons, and open sky. Here wealth was measured in herds, not gold. Survival depended on mobility. The Scythians, masters of this land, lived in portable yurts and moved with the seasons. They could vanish over the horizon, taking their entire world with them. For Alexander, used to conquering cities and seizing resources, this was a nightmare. His army's tactics, decisive battles, captured strongholds meant little here. The steppe offered no targets, only endless space and elusive enemies. The Macedonians faced not just warriors, but an environment designed for evasion. The Scythians thrived where others would perish. To conquer the steppe, Alexander would have to rethink everything he knew about war. The land itself became his greatest adversary. The Scythians were the original horse lords, nomadic, fierce, and free. Their children learned to ride before they could walk. Their warriors were legendary archers on horseback. To outsiders, they seemed almost mythical. Centaurs, half man, half horse. Their society was tribal, their leaders chosen for valor, their art intricate and rich with gold. They left no cities, but their burial mounds revealed a culture of warriors and reverence for the afterlife. For centuries, they'd defied empires by refusing open battle, luring invaders deep into the steppe. Even mighty Persian kings had failed to subdue them. Now, Alexander faced the same challenge. A people who could not be cornered, whose home was the horizon. The Scythians were ready to test the world's greatest conqueror. The Scythians fought with speed and cunning, not brute force. Alexander's phalanx was built for head-on clashes. The Scythians never stood still. Their armies were all cavalry, armed with powerful composite bows. They struck from a distance, then vanished, masters of the hit and run. The Macedonian infantry, slow and disciplined, struggled to counter these tactics. The Scythians circled, harassed, and wore down their foes, refusing to be trapped. With no cities to defend, they could always retreat, drawing invaders deeper into hostile land. For Alexander, victory required adaptation. He had to outthink an enemy who thrived on retreat. The steppe demanded a new kind of warfare. The conqueror would have to become the hunter. The showdown came at the Jaxartes River. The Scythians taunted Alexander from across the water, certain he couldn't reach them, but Alexander was undeterred. He brought up his catapults, using them as field artillery to cover his crossing. Under a barrage of stones, his troops crossed on rafts, forcing the Scythians to fall back. Once across, Alexander set a trap. A small cavalry force lured the Scythians in. As the nomads charged, the Macedonians feigned retreat, drawing them into a kill zone. Suddenly, Alexander's main force struck. Cavalry on the flank, infantry advancing. The Scythians, caught off guard and forced into close combat, broke. It was a stunning victory. Alexander had beaten the horse lords at their own game. The immediate threat to his new city was gone. The Scythians sued for peace, and Alexander's border was secure, but the steppe itself remained unconquered. The Battle of the Jaxartes was a triumph, but not a conquest. Alexander had won a battle, not the steppe. The Scythians remained free, their world too vast and mobile to be ruled by cities or kings. Alexander recognized their strength, accepted peace, and pushed no further north. His empire was built on settled lands. The steppe belonged to the horse lords. In time, other nomads, the Huns, Turks, Mongols, would rise from these grasslands to challenge empires. Alexander's victory was real, but the frontier remained wild. Some lands and some peoples could never be tamed. The steppe endured, unconquered, a testament to freedom and resilience. And so, the legend of the unconquered horizon lived on, Taif. If you enjoyed this story, discover more fascinating history at crediblyweekly.org.